We are live, Lacey, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So, hey, so what week is this, Lacey? Is this week 10 already? I mean,
I know
I mean, it's just absolutely
it has
crazy.
flown by.
Flown
Oh my
by.
goodness. Hi.
Greetings and salutations to the people that are watching us. That's hey,
Ciao,
we
all of
always
y'all.
that's right. Thank you, Lacey. We like to say that's why you will need to like, subscribe, and notify because you never know with all our schedules going on when we can pop on. We try to pop on when we can all get together. So that's why we had to move it up a day because the one of the main mans for the show is going to be coaching or not coaching, refereeing high school basketball. His schedule's going to be
Oh
about to be
my.
real crazy.
Yeah.
doing his show from the car,
Yeah,
which
this
is
time of year is really rough on Mr. 411, but
yeah
oh well.
yeah that's right.
He'll
Hey,
get over it.
exactly. So hey, I'll just get straight into the news and notes.
Okay.
While we're waiting for the producers to get things together. But hey, I'll just go over some, with a lot of news and notes. Basically, deals with injury. I did not know until last minute that Trevor Lawrence was injured. All of a sudden, I
Oh,
see Mac
you should have
Jones out
told me.
there. Yeah, isn't that your neck of the woods, Lacey?
Yeah,
Over in
they were
Texas.
having all kinds of heart attacks about it. It's like
Oh
they're
man,
worried they're gonna lose anyway. So
yeah, they're just trying to get a better draft position, right,
I
Lacey?
guess.
So hey, but Mac Jones was out there slinging the ball, but Mac Jones knows that he has, that hey, yeah. You can't win a catch unless you just chuck the ball, right?
Right.
That's what he was doing left and right. Kept it. But the thing is, if Minnesota just wasn't throwing interception after interception into the end zone, it could have been a lot different result. I think Darnold had three, end zone interceptions that
Yeah.
should have been, targeting. All three of them was targeting, Jefferson. So I know a lot of Justin Jefferson fans could be worried because he got under 10 fantasy points this past week. It wasn't for lack of trying. It was Kevin Darnold reverting back to
That
the
don't,
New
yeah.
York Jet style Kevin Darnold, where it just
Don't go there, Mister. Don't go there, calculator. You
well,
didn't have to.
no, I'm sorry. He was seeing ghosts, I guess. Again, but yeah, it was pretty bad. But hey, fire up your Mac Jones shares if you want to. But even Mac Jones, they scored on that first drive, and then that was it. So I don't know what happened there. He's definitely not a guy that's going to be on my waiver wire list. Running back Miles Sanders exited the game, so I know Chuba Hubbard owners were very happy to get more and
I
more
was
work.
very happy.
Yes, as you are a Chuba Hubbard owner. Tank Bigsby, ETN owners were happy to see Bigsby go out with an ankle injury. And Austin Eckler owners were happy that Brian Robinson was a scratch because
Yes,
Eckler
sir.
got two 1 yard touchdowns,
Love
which
it.
is, it's crazy. You got Eckler getting and then they bring McNichols in for a 1 yard. I thought because I was playing Eckler in another league, and I say you got to be kidding me. They get down to the 1 yard because I had McLaurin in that team. He gets that touchdown, gets tackled at the 1 yard line, and the guy I'm playing has Austin Eckler to come in and out. Those are just things that if you play in enough leagues, you're going to have stuff that happen. So yes, that was very discouraging. But I was so happy that when McLaurin got tackled at the 1 yard line that time after Eckler already had two touchdowns, that McNichols came in for the touchdown. But yeah, this hamstring injury seems to be. I'm hearing that it's actually getting worse. That he's had two setbacks in Brian Robinson. So Eckler owners, they fire him up. He's everyday starter. Eckler's turning into the San
Exactly.
Diego, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Eckler,
That's
where
what
he just
we were
that's
hoping for.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly catching the ball out of the backfield. Touchdown. He for such a small guy, he knows how to get into the end zone.
Hmm.
Another one that kind of went by the wayside. Tony Pollard exited the game for the Titans.
Hmm.
That Tajay Spears back from his hamstring it looked fairly spry, so that is something to look. It was just a brief exit. He did come back on, but that is something to look going forward, especially since Tennessee had a bye, so they're not going to have any bye weeks to get healthy. So I think the wear and tear. We know Tony Pollard. The more and more carries he's got, like when he was with Dallas, wore down at the end. So all these Tajay Spears, if he's out there on the waiver wire, that's definitely keeping an eye on. He was out on the two waiver wire in two of my leagues. So, but it all depends on your league. Najee Harris. one of the few. I mean, the one thing about Najee Harris is he's one of those guys that he's usually always out there. It don't matter. He's inefficient.
Right.
Didn't get touchdown for 2 seasons. It seemed like, but the man was his value was availability.
Right.
So that's why. But yeah, so he was out there. Warren came in. Warren looked like the better running back, and then Warren fumbled that ball on the 1 yard line, and we didn't see Warren the rest of the game. So take that for what it's worth,
Yeah.
Wide receiver, we don't know about Tyreek Hill. Again, I'm pretty sure he's in. I don't have the injury report in front of me or the inactives, but I do believe he's
plays.
in. Yeah. So even though it's a wrist injury, I hear he's still going to be out there. Nico Collins was a surprise inactive.
Oh, that was brutal.
Well, yeah, and you're married to a Texans fan.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what was odd is he's passed every test for 2 weeks now. Not limited participant. He's been full participants. So it was odd that they were playing.
The problem?
Yeah, and I guess they're just going to. Hey, they got a big lead in that division they're in. They want Nico Collins to be beyond fully healthy. They don't want any type of tweet. They don't want a Mike Evans.
It's too early to take those kind of chances. There's a lot of games left to play.
Yes, a lot of.
And that is a very foolish way to play. So speaking of foolishness, the second worst thing I saw this weekend, other than Nico Collins scratching at the last possible second, I don't know how many people's lineups got killed because of that. Because there was no time to sub anybody else in. Why can't you kick the extra point sometimes, Cincinnati? What's up with that?
Oh,
what the hell?
Yeah, I had no idea.
I mean, I know I've never played the game, so I don't know what all goes into that kind of thinking. But when you're down by a point, you kick the extra point.
Oh, so you're talking about the Thursday game, the Cincinnati-Baltimore game?
Oh, well, yeah. It feels like yesterday to me.
There's one reason and one reason only. They didn't want to go to overtime because they hadn't been able to stop. It was going to be. They didn't want they didn't want the coin toss to lose for them.
Yeah, well, they took the L because I mean that's just kind of stupid.
Well, Lacey. They did the exact same opposite. They tied the game last time they played Baltimore, and they lost in overtime. Right. So I guess they said, okay, let's go for two. But now, to their credit, if you saw the play, Baltimore literally tackled both their receivers right off of the line of scrimmage. Both could have been called interference. They didn't call it. They let it go.
I mean, I saw that, but still.
Yeah. So I personally I like the call because I don't think there was any way they were going to stop. And also Baltimore had been able to move Cincinnati had been able to move the ball pretty much effectively the whole game
until then.
Yeah. So, it's kind of hard to move when your two targets get tackled at the 1 yard line. So I guess what Baltimore says, hey, it's not holding unless you call it, right? So
that's exactly right.
So that
no foul.
But let me tell you something. Like this, and I'm going to go on a soapbox just for a little bit. How in the world can these referees identify every single illegal shift, every illegal formation, right? But they can't see a clear offensive or a defensive pass interference. That's what boggles my mind. You're going to call all this little ticky-tack, but you literally have a game on the line. Guys getting tackled right out of their breaks, and you're not going to call anything. That's for another day, I guess. But don't be calling these crappy illegal shifts, illegal formation, and yet you got guys getting tackled in the end zone and not calling anything. That kind of don't call that ticky-tack stuff, and then there's obvious penalties and you're not calling it. So hey,
they're getting an earful.
That's right. Yeah. LT, welcome. Hey, I was telling everybody, LT, that I already had your lineup for this upcoming mini drafts for you. I was going to give you Josh Allen, Kenneth Walker, Brock Bowers, Alma. We were going to give them to you, LT, if you couldn't make it.
Mr. 411 probably would have tried to spoil it, though.
Yeah. Mr. 411, he's one of those guys that likes to sneak in with a Brock Bowers or a Josh Allen pick, just to snipe LT just to get fun with him. So, but back to the injury report.
Okay.
Cedric Wilson missed the game. Okay, for people that don't know Cedric Wilson, he was the 4th-string receiver for the Saints. So the Saints literally had to say, hey, how does this affect MVS? Signed him off the streets.
Oh my goodness!
They said MVS. He said, "Hey, I don't got a playbook." You know what they told MVS? We said, "You don't need a playbook. Run deep." That's all they said. Just run in a straight line and see what happens. And that's what he did. He just ran go routes the whole game, and it worked. So hey, Cedric Wilson. He just got Wally pipped because there's no way when he comes back that he's going to get over MVS. Hey, what's crazy is MVS. Why did he get cut from the Chiefs? Why did he get cut from Green Bay? He stone hands. The man drops balls left and right, and that's why he can't. But hey, the Saints had no choice. They said, "Hey, you can drop balls. We got you. We just need healthy bodies out there." But hey, I loved that. Hey, Dalton Kincaid, my man in multiple leagues. I hyped him up in the preseason. He's killed me. Of course, he killed me again because an early exit in the game, and of course I'll look at it just another one in the thing. Hey, now though, I always said this way, now I can pivot. If I know he's not going to play, now I can go somewhere else because I can get 4.6. I can get 6 points off the waiver wire instead of this 4 points I'm getting on these little. Of course, to Kincaid's credit, got wide open on a double move. Would have walked into the end zone and Josh Allen just airmailed him. It's like, it was just, that's it's been one. They have just not had that connection. And, but hey, I have 4 leagues where I have Dalton Kincaid, and now I'm going to experiment and see what's happening.
Okay.
So, but just one of those things. And folks, for all you New England Patriot fans, I apologize. There is nobody on that offense I want, because the receivers, you would say Drake May, but even he had those 2 20-point games, and now it's, not even get double digits. And Buffalo, same. I don't know. Khalil Shakir, probably he's the only guy you can really start with confidence. Of course, James Cook, I'm talking about in the passing game. But hey, I want to shout out to Bo Nix. He gave the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City all they could handle for the game. Actually had them in position to win the game. And if you saw the game, a lot of people saw a blocked what amounted to an extra point, in today's standards. So that KC, I don't know how
they are the luckiest people.
You lose to a toe to Baltimore, and then a block kick at that,
And when you're relying on luck, it eventually runs out. So,
and Lacey
using up all of those 9 lives.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to Lacey's pick for Bijan Robinson coming in our mini draft. A great pick, because he's on there, but folks. If you watch, a lot of people watch this game too. I know LT probably watched the Falcons game. That's that's on our TVs.
He played great, but they lost.
Yeah, they lost, but hey, we're talking about fantasy. Bijan was a winner in fantasy, right?
Well, yeah.
Algier, the thorn in Bijan Robinson's side, had 3 runs from the 1-yard line and got stuffed all 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Bijan comes in on 4th down and gets the touchdown. So, hey, folks, this could send shockwaves through Bijan, and I'm telling you, that you want to talk about Bijan owners being happy. When they couldn't ask for, they got Vegas on the schedule, they got Carolina on the schedule upcoming. They got some nice scintillating games that Bijan owners that he could eat coming up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the injuries. Are there any other injuries that you guys that I didn't cover that you might want to point out?
No, injuries. There's so many of them. Every time, I can barely set a lineup these days.
Yeah,
there's so many injuries. So just that you covered the major ones, I think.
Okay. So
I can think of a return from injury that played well.
It sounds like a McCaffrey owner in the house, don't it, Lacey? Yeah. Oh yeah, and on limited touches, still got double-digit points.
He's still Christian McCaffrey, apparently.
He is still, and he's still playing for the 49ers.
Yeah.
He played last year for the 49ers. He knows all the plays in the books. He's been out 10 weeks.
He's had a nice long rest.
Right, he's had a long rest.
Yeah, and he still catches passes out of the backfield
Absolutely.
when you don't have Ayuk drawing that coverage. I mean, So McCaffrey, that's a good point.
13 carries, 39 yards, 6 catches for 68 yards.
Oh, and they've had their bye week too, so you don't have to worry about bye weeks.
Absolutely.
And you got Seattle, Green Bay, Buffalo, Chicago. The Buffalo game is juicy. Yeah, they're winning games, but they're giving up chunks on the ground. And Mr. 401 can attest to his Seattle team. We know that they can be susceptible to high scoring games. But then the thing is, the one thing McCaffrey's going to have to worry about. And the good thing for you, LT, the one thing I said I was worried about McCaffrey at the beginning of the year before the injury, I said I thought he would wear down and that they would have things locked up and they would reduce his thing. Man, they're going to be in a dogfight from here on out just to get into the playoffs. Yeah. So Kyle Shanahan said, hey, we gave him enough time off. We can't take any more chances. That's right. You get your butt in there, especially while Jordan Mason is out there, recovering from injury. They can't afford, to take any chances. So, welcome back, Christian McCaffrey. So,
it's nice to see that.
Yeah. And so, hey, this is usually where we go to the stud dud portion. LT, do you have any studs besides Christian McCaffrey that you want to point out?
Not on my team. None of them are on my team.
Not mine either. No. But I wasn't playing against Jamar Chase's 61 points. I'm thankful for that.
Yo, man, I actually have Jamar Chase in one league, so it is always nice to have that 50-point cushion going into the league. The bad thing is that same league I had Jamar Chase, I was going against Mark Andrews, who had did pretty well, and Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow was siphoning some of those points from me.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
this would have been a week to stack those two.
Yo, man, if you had that, like in daily fantasy, if you'd have played a Thursday night and just stacked those two, and then just did a bunch of Tanner Hudson, who.
I was like, who the hell is that?
It was his birthday. They said that.
Ruining my damn day.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, a lot of people were saying, "Who's this guy?" That wasn't Gesicki. Yeah. That was kind of interesting. But hey, Joe Burrow I tell you, unfortunately, he won't be able to get to play Baltimore anymore because every time he plays Baltimore, his eyes light up. But man, what was crazy? If you get those bonus touchdowns, like in the league that me and Lacey play, we get those bonus touchdowns. Yeah. Jamar Chase had 2 of them over 50 yards. Yeah. In some instances, he got 60 points in those type of leagues because of the amount of catches and yardage. And
in one league I was in, Calculator Woody's league. In that league, I wasn't playing him, but the guy had Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. He had 107 points.
But before the weekend.
No,
hey, that's good to have. You can sleep good for the next 4 days if you start out like that. Yeah. It was Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, both studs, and we talked about it briefly. Bijan Robinson, but Lex, I'm gonna go to your neck of woods. What happened with we'll go to the duds with the Jets overall with Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson.
I'll tell you what happened. Aaron Rodgers happened. Come on. he's just at this point, at least for New York, he is garbage. And now maybe he can go someplace else like Sam Darnold did and be a star, but he needs to get out of New York.
Well, with the offensive line that the Jets are putting out there, you need a guy that's mobile to get away from the pass rush. And just Aaron Rodgers. And he's not that. That's when he was like a sitting duck out there.
It's painful.
We'll draw a parallel to the Jets. What about the Cowboys? You got CeeDee Lamb suffering the Cooper Rush experiment, and Cooper Rush had 30 yards for the first 3 quarters in passing. LT, I'm not the greatest athlete in the world, but I think I can just throw it in the air as hard as I can a few times, and CeeDee Lamb might come down with one of them. So that's what's kind of crazy that that it just the it looks like that. Oh, and then Mike McCaffrey got the vote of confidence from Jerry Jones. I'm not going to fire him because of all the injuries. Man, everybody's getting injuries, but I mean, and what was crazy is that's what's so crazy. Cooper Rush had like a 5-1 record as a starter, but he's never been under an underperforming team like this. He's always had like the players, one of the top 5 offensive line. They don't have that anymore. A top 5 defense. They don't have that anymore. So Cooper Rush walked into a situation that he's not used to with the Dallas Cowboys. So, but yeah, if you had a Dallas Cowboy, that was your dud list. You had a Jets. I'm not meaning to pick on you, Lacey. I just tell the facts of the dud.
I know.
Yeah. So
it just feels like you're picking on me. But
no, I'm not. I try not to pick. I'm not doing that. But yeah, it was one of those things. But hey, Mr. 4-1, I wish he was here. I'd like to get his comments on one of his superstars, Saquon Barkley. One of the top in every I participate in a couple mini drafts on Underdog because that's why I use our platform to help me prepare for that. Barkley was going number 1 overall. He was going against the Cowboys. And he's been pretty much phenomenal. Just didn't do it. It was Jalen Hurts getting it. He was getting the ground stuff again, and then the other stuff's going through the air. So yeah. If you had Jalen Hurts, you were definitely feeling that. But they didn't need Saquon Barkley. Well,
but you know what, calculator? It was Saquon Barkley. They didn't need Saquon Barkley. Apparently, they didn't need Devontae Smith or AJ. Brown either.
Well, AJ Brown still had over 100 yards. He had 7 catches for 100 yards.
Yeah, so. I was looking. I was like, where did 34 points come from? None of them were for Saquon. I couldn't figure it out. Then I realized that Hurts ran into it on his own.
And he had one passing touchdown to Goddard, and he had one passing touchdown to their humongous receiver, Johnny Wilson, the old Florida State graduate, the tallest wide receiver to be drafted in the NFL in the past 10 years. Because I thought it was Goddard again, but no, they said, hey, that's Johnny Wilson. I said, hey, Florida State grad. I know this guy, but yeah, it's crazy. He got all those points. Yeah. So Devontae Smith, a dud for a team that scored 34 points. Yeah. That was pretty sweet. And hey, and even though I got to pick on the Chicago Bears, I mean, Caleb Williams. I mean, what? I mean, Patriots supposed to be a good matchup from what I understand, And DJ Moore, nothing. Odunze, nothing. DeAndre Swift, hit or miss. I mean, bad things. And it was at home. So, man, it's bad when Chicago Bears fans were saying, where's Justin Fields? We want Justin Fields back.
Pittsburgh and find him.
Yeah, he ain't playing, right? But hey, I'm going to go to the stud list. How about George Pickens for the Pittsburgh Steelers? I mean,
Pickens and Wilson.
Russell Wilson. I mean, he says, hey, how about it? I mean, it's reminding him of his days when he had, Tyler Lockett running those deep routes for him and just getting open all day, every day. And then Mike Williams going from the Jets to Pittsburgh. Hey, he still does his famous deep route, catches one right from Russell Wilson. Yes, but he still throws a pretty deep ball. So I got it. Hey, and we were all skeptical. Lacey, you were skeptical. LT, even 4-1, and myself was like, hey, Justin Fields was doing good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of.
Yes.
But you know what? Tomlin knew better than the rest of us. He's right. So.
And that's why he's the coach, and that's why we're sitting here second guessing. Nobody. Because he came in. It was great. But now we got to see. Now they're playing Baltimore coming up. Now they're going to get even Cleveland. Cleveland, they still got that good defense. And Cleveland had their bye week, so they're getting healthy. And then Cincinnati, they're going to have Philadelphia. Now we're going to see what Pittsburgh has to do. And I'm going to say this: Washington was a quality opponent, but Washington is also a team that if they don't get pressure with their front four because they don't blitz, you can beat the secondary. And if you saw, that's what Pittsburgh, they were just running 2 receivers and a tight end. They were running 3-man routes, max protect, don't get pressured by their front four. So that's Pittsburgh could show a blueprint of how to, defeat a Washington type defense. Although I'm going to give Pittsburgh's defense credit. They were able to kind of withhold old Jaden Daniels in check, so, and LC, I pick on Lacey's. I'm going to pick Jaden Daniels was your mini draft pick.
Jaden Daniels, 202 yards. 3 rushes for 5 yards.
And that's the key right there. We always like Jaden Daniels because we always said he had that built-in floor of rushing.
Yep.
But you know what Pittsburgh did? They said, we're not going to let you rush. They had they have Watt on one side and that other guy on the other side. I can't even remember. He got hurt, but he came back in. They said, we are not going to let you break contain. You're going to have to beat us as a pocket passer. And again, that could be another thing. We always talk about this is a copycat league, but again, you can copy another team's things. But if you don't have a TJ Watt on one side, it's kind of hard to do an actual replicate of that. You got to have not only that they can contain, but they can still rush from the outside and still get him when he's not expecting it. So, but yeah, that Jaden Daniels disappointing. But hey, McLaurin still got his 100 yards and so forth. So McLaurin, even though it wasn't one of those things that it wasn't something right. Again, he didn't get a touchdown. Of course, McLaurin got stopped at the 1 yard line. We talked about, so that really didn't help. But hey, Eckler goes on the stud list because Eckler with his could have had 3 if they really wanted to with those 3 chances from the 1 yard line. So, but yeah, it was some. But hey, I just want to say that with that, there are any other studs and duds you might want to talk about?
I'd like to bring up Houston. What is going on with CJ Stroud? What? I understand he lost Diggs, and I understand. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with Nico Collins, but I mean, he just hasn't looked like himself.
He doesn't, and I think we could say this is a CJ Stroud that is only as good as the weapons you have. Tank Dell was when he was healthy most of the year. He did well last year. Nico was a breakout. Yeah. So but hey, I think I'm not worried about it because Detroit. Solid defense. I mean, they got 2 great safeties, decent cover corners, but they were able to get pressure. And what they were able to do is they said, okay, we're going to make CJ Stroud be a pocket passer as well. They didn't let him move around. They didn't let him scramble around. They bottled up Joe Mixon. They did one of those things where they did like a wall. And they say Joe, because if you saw when CJ went over that wall with a Tank Dell, one of those mid routes, the Joe Mixon screen, the one that he almost broke for a touchdown, stuff like that he was able to do. But Detroit just started bringing pressure, and just I was impressed really by the Detroit defense because they did a little stat for this is the only time since 1970, folks. That was before the calculator was born, right? That a team came back from double digits down with a quarterback throwing 5 or more interceptions, which Jared Goff did. So that was pretty impressive for Detroit to get. Of course, that's the first time I've ever seen their kicker actually kick field goals. Dan Campbell's always going for it on 4th down, but he said, hey, the kicker was kicking 50-yarders, like I said, oh my gosh, Detroit does have a good kicker. But I'm telling you right now, fantasy folks, I do not want a Detroit kicker on my team. I do not want those guys that go for it on 4th down all the time like that, because you're going to get those times where he's going to keep going for it on 4th down, driving you. Dan Campbell, what he does is I heard this. He literally has a computer hooked up to his thing, and he just does straightly analytics. So if the things tells him to go for it, he's going to go for it. But I'm telling you, I've been on my soapbox before in analytics. I think you got to have gut feel in there. That's why Andy Reid's been so. And guess what? Yes, Andy Reid went against analytics, kicked the field goal to get to go in the lead. But analytics actually told them to go for it because it was one of those things where if you go for it, even if you don't score, they had bad positions for Denver and so forth, all that stuff. And Andy Reid said, no, I'm going to kick the field goal. I'm going to take the lead, and I'm going to trust the defense. Well, the defense did give it up, But then guess what? They blocked the kicker. So there was a lot of things that happened. So Andy Reid got to give him credit. He did follow the analytics, and it did work out. So, that's why I love Kansas City kickers. And back in the day, and LT knows it, he used to love those Bill Belichick kickers because Bill Belichick said, I don't care if I'm on the 1 yard line, I'm kicking a field goal. He wanted points all the time. So,
speaking of kickers, Atlanta's kicker had his worst day ever, I think.
Hey, yes. Hey, and I told him, hey, I'm a Saints
he
fan.
missed like 3 field goals, I think.
Well, he missed 2 field goals and 1 was blocked. Okay. If you had Koo, because what happened Koo beat the Saints in their last matchup. He had like 20 points the last time he played the Saints. He had 3 field goals.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah. So he had his best game against the Saints earlier in the year. Because the Saints barely lost that game. The Falcons did not have an offensive touchdown. One was special teams, one was a defensive touchdown, and the rest was Koo kicking field goals. That's how they beat the Saints. And then this year, he missed a field goal, got one tip, and then one off the crossbar. I said, you can't write this stuff. You win by your kicker, you lose by your cooker. But you know what? Koo's not going anywhere. Hey, if he's with the Chargers, that's right. Oh yeah. Hey, the Chargers cut Koo his rookie year.
Really?
They drafted him with their first pick. It was a field goal kicker, scratching the head, and he missed 2 game winners. Week 1, week 2. I still remember this, and then they cut him. And then now look at Koo. He's one of the best kickers in the NFL. I still think one of the best kickers in the NFL.
He is.
Every kicker. Every kicker. Hey, Fairbairn, if people have him, he missed 2 kicks last week. Guess what? He come back and he started kicking them again this week. So sometimes it's just you. Sometimes these kickers just have one of those days. Like Moody for the San Francisco 49ers. What did he do? He missed 3 field goals, and then they put him in there to win the game when it counted. So but hey, I'm still
all this forgiven.
all this forgiven if you win the game, Right. So, but yeah, it was something else. Look at that. Mr. 411 got the picture up. Wait, hey, Mr. 411 said he's going to be back in time for the Listener League. But, hey, Mr. 411, if you don't mind, before the Listener League, I do want to go over the waiver wire section real quick before we get to that Listener League review, if that's okay.
Okay. What's up, Nard, from the Nard Report? Big shout out to Nard.
Hey, I always enjoy Nard tuning in. But, folks, now's the time to pick up Trey Benson. Now's the time to pick up Ardrick Estime. Now's the time to pick up Adonai Mitchell. And the reason I say that, Benson, hey, 10 carries, 62 yards, 2 targets, 25 yards. Hey, you got to love that production. And James Conner, he's not getting any younger. And, hey, if they're going to compete for a division, Mr. 4-1, they're going to try and keep Connor fresh, in my opinion. And what does that mean? Hey, we were on the show, Mr. 4-1 and LT, in our preseason show. We were all over Trey Benson. We said, hey, we liked his college profile. We liked the situation. When people said, why you're going to Arizona? Then not the best option. It don't matter. They're going behind James Conner. And this is one of the odd times that James Conner's not hurt before week 10. But, hey, I want Trey Benson on my team because James Conner could go at any time. And I like Estime because, hey, last week, Sean Payton said he wanted to get the young guy out of Notre Dame some more work. How about 14 carries, folks? He out-carried Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin. Both of those starting running backs combined for 3 carries. Estime had 14. So now's the time. If he's not available in our league, Mr. 411, because Carter's Peanuts, who always likes to mind the waiver wire, he already picked him up a little early. He took Sean Payton at his word. Hey, and the reason I said Adonai Mitchell, hey, 6 targets, 71 yards against a Bills defense, which is ranked 1/5 in adjusted fantasy points allowed to wide receiver, meaning the Bills defense is good against fantasy wide receivers, but Adonai Mitchell was able to take advantage from double coverage on downs. Michael Pittman Jr. out, so he took advantage of it. And guys, if you listen to our CTL, we have the Longhorns on our CTL broadcast quite often saying, hey, we love, there we go. Well, she's drinking the Adonai Mitchell good game, Mr. 411.
That's happy hour at my house.
That's right. So, hey, Adonai Mitchell, you could do worse than him. And, hey, I'm going to throw out all those Kincaid owners, folks. Dawson Knox is mostly probably available on leagues. And, hey, he should get – depending on the severity of these injuries, Dawson Knox, he's kind of like, I always think he's like the Chris Carter of tight ends. All he does is catch touchdowns because people knows when he was people were drafting him left and right. He was on rosters all the time when he was the only tight end. So yeah, if the knee injury costs, and the Bills are, I think Kincaid's going to miss this week. And the reason I say that is because the Bills are off the week after, so they're going to use that extra bye week to kind of give him a little extra time to get healthy. So hey, Dawson Knox there could be worse guys out there than Dawson Knox, and I'm going to throw my man Juwan Johnson out there for the Saints. Yeah, hey. They got to throw to somebody, and MVS. All he's going to do is run deep, So that's I said that opens it up to somebody else. So I kind of like that thing, and I also want to say welcome back. We talk about people returning. Yes, he returned last week, but this week he returned and was fantasy relevant. T.J. Hawkinson, he had more points than Justin Jefferson this week. He led all receiving options on the Minnesota Viking offense. So yes. If you have T.J. Hawkinson, a lot of people have them as a backup. They drafted him fairly early, sat him on the bench in IR. Yes, he'll be drinking some Crown Royal peach. So that's right. But yeah, if you have some T.J. Hawkinson, welcome.
Just some red wine, sir.
Yeah. I got you. So Solo Cup. So. Well, with that said, Mr. 401, that is pretty much the quick down and dirty waiver wire.
All right, and hey, Dre Carr, shout out to Dre Carr. He's telling you, aka the Energizer Bunny calculator.
Hey man, I'm just trying to fit it all in the show. You know what I'm saying? We don't have an indefinite amount of time.
He said, "Come up for air, calculator. Come up for air."
I'm trying. Hey, I got a little diet Mountain Dew to keep me going.
Oh, there it is. Oh, by the way, Dre Carr's favorite team is the Philadelphia Eagles. So, any quick studs or duds for him?
Oh yeah, well we went over. Yeah, the stud was Jalen Hurts. Stud. And even though me and Lacey disagree with it, I still say AJ was a mini stud because he still had over 100 yards receiving.
12 points is not a stud. not for a number one receiver. Come on.
Hey, well, when you have CD Lamb on one side and Justin Jefferson not doing the 100, you'll take 100 yards after this past.
Yeah, I would have taken. I would have been happy to have the 12.
Yeah, after seeing that. But hey, you weren't here, Mr. 4-1, but I had to put Barkley on the dud list because.
Not my guy.
He was he was the first pick in our mini draft. I got him on my team. But guess what? I was in 3 other mini drafts on Underdog. Barkley was the number 1 pick in all 4 of those drafts. Hey.
I need a new dartboard.
That's right. It's like, hey, that's the thumbs up for the victory, right? Yeah, because me and Lacey, for the life of us, couldn't realize how you score that many points and have Saquon Barkley on the dud list, Devontae Smith on the dud list. I highlighted when you're throwing touchdowns, your own touchdowns, you're throwing her to Goddard and Johnny Wilson. That's going to happen to your secondary receivers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I appreciate you guys keeping the ball rolling. And I want to say, good evening to all 3 of you. I didn't have a chance to say that, but good evening, everybody.
Glad you can make it.
Yeah, I'm making that the right time too for your favorite segment, the mini draft.
Mm-hmm. We're almost there.
Almost there, yeah.
Sorry.
Hey! After another loss for me, I'm very happy to skip the listener league section. When I can only score 104 points because I have Kyler Murray on my bench.
Oh my God!
Yeah, well, I started Sam Darnold against Jacksonville.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, every project we had. And I thought the Jets were healthy on defense. The Jets, when they're healthy defense, scared me. And I'm sorry, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has been off and on. He's either gotten 20 points or he's gotten 10 points. He's never gotten in between, which is I said, okay, I'm not going to take a chance, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to start. I got Sam Darnold in a juicy matchup Oh, I'm sorry. That was a different league. I had Bo Nix. So Bo Nix got me 20 points. So I can't. But it wasn't the 30 points that Kyler Murray got. But still, yeah. I was not expecting the Kyler Murray just because Kyler Murray hadn't run that much. And I'm telling you, I was scared. I'll say it. I was scared against the Jets defense. I was scared the Jets were going to come in because if you saw that Jets Houston game, they were in that backfield. C.J. Stroud was on his back the whole time. I said, "Oh man, the Jets defense playing." But yeah, they that cross country trip, their body clocks were not adjusted by the time they played that game because they were not in the backfield. And I mean, Kyler Murray had all day to throw, all day, every day. So yeah, that was the and Mr. 411. I sent the producers a screenshot of if you want to share, if the producers want to share the screen while we go over the matchups. So yeah, it was one of those, another one, and Mr. 411, you did it again. You did another win. You played against the last place team and you beat teams you were supposed to beat. You beat.
Well, you got to look at my roster. I think I got somebody going tonight, don't I? I got somebody going tonight.
The defense. So. You got the defense.
What if they give me a negative? I might lose if they give me a negative.
No, I think the max negative you get is minus. You can get -3. So the worst you get is 116.54. And Bijan,
you're in the clear.
Yeah, this one's pretty much clinched up. It's one.
And I had to face Bijan.
Yeah, but you're the guy I said that I would not start is Bates, the kicker for Detroit. You said, bump that, I'm gonna start Bates, and you
Baker Mayfield.
Oh man,
yeah, put him on the dead list.
Oh yeah, well, you wanted the dead list. Gabe Davis for your opponent, Jordan Addison for your opponent, Chris Boswell. Nothing but extra points. It's like Chris Boswell is usually good for double digits. When I played Chris Boswell, I was sweating him because he got double digits against me. It's like you get 4 points. So hey, you're doing it right, Mr. 411. All you can say is, hey,
Gabe Davis sounds like a bye week situation.
Oh man. So well, yeah. Hey. Here's to Bijan Robinson. He can always, celebrate his championship from 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
He got a championship when I handed him Cordell Patterson when he was with the Falcons. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, you won. And LT, oh my gosh, LT, what?
I told you it was the bye week.
He had the bye week. He had like 5 people on the bye. Then he had 5 on the bye.
Jacobs on a bye. Njoku on a bye. Kevin Walker III on the bye. Lockett on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Mark. But hey, if Denard Robinson gets 3 touchdowns and Kupp and Robinson, oh well, man, you're playing a guy that got 0 points from a guy.
That helps.
So yeah, that helps. So
it's not over.
It's not over. Yeah, it's not over. It's Cooper Kupp versus DeMarcus Robinson. So yeah, it is not over. So LT, you still got like Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's still a chance. So that's all you can ask for. And Carter's Peanuts got it handed to him, and but there's still some. That's the one bad thing, negative we say about going on this show is, we still some of not the calculators matchup that was decided when I saw Kyler Murray on the bench. That's when I said I lost.
I know that hurts.
That hurts. But hey. Bo Nix, I like I said, I like the matchup. I mean, granted, it was at Kansas City, but Bo Nix, I wanted those rushing yards. That rushing, and he gets -5 for the game. Bo Nix has been getting 30 or more every week this week. I play him, and he gets -5. So I was like, whatever.
Jalen Hurts is what killed you.
Yeah, Jalen. Yeah. But see, I say Jalen Hurts killed me, but look, I was fortunate. CeeDee Lamb didn't do good. DJ Moore didn't good. I just couldn't cop. Lutz got 0 points, due to the negative points we get for kickers. It's one of those because Lutz missed like a 62-yarder. And Mr. 1, we got to do something. I don't know how you're going to get minus points for a guy missing a 62-yard field goal. But he still got minus points for that. And he got minus points for a blocked field goal. Is that really not his fault either? So, but yeah, I was fortunate, but not fortunate that, hey, I can only blame a loss on myself. Blame
the coach. Blame the coach for running him out there to kick a 62-yarder.
Yeah, I had Calvin Ridley on my bench. But hey, who's going to stop? Who's going to sit DeAndre Hopkins after scoring 2 touchdowns the prior week? So that's
and Calvin Ridley hasn't been doing anything. Yeah.
Exactly, and so that was my flex decision. So yeah, I made 2 bad decisions, and you know what it cost me. But hey, that's why we got to make. We want to say we make educated decisions, but it's not a perfect. There's no perfect answer. Otherwise, everybody'd win every matchup. So
but you got to do it right. If you play it the right way enough times, it's going to work in your favor.
Yeah.
What do you say, Lacey?
I say, you go with the odds and you go with history. You do your research and you say, okay, this is more likely than not, but it doesn't always work out that way because there's other things that come into play. The worst of which is when somebody gets hurt.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, and that's what's crazy is this is the first game I literally had a person that didn't get hurt during the game. Well, I take that back. Tony Pollard went out and got 12 points. So, I take that back. Okay, the streak continues.
Yeah, keep that streak alive, calculator.
Yeah, I'm trying, So
I will say, I would like to say though, an unsung hero to me is Carolina. I don't know if his name is Chuba or Chubba, whatever his name is.
Chuba Hubbard.
Mm-hmm.
He's been very quietly having a really good season on a really bad team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and with a hot shot rookie on there. I mean, they drafted a 2nd round running back, and they're taking their time with his injury because Chuba Hubbard is doing so well. And why not? I mean, guys coming off a knee surgery, hey, he might just sit out the rest of the year and say, I mean, they got to give him some reps because it's a lost season. Just see how he does with live action. But hey, Chuba's not going away. They're not going to re-sign Miles Sanders. They did re-sign Chuba Hubbard to a 3-year contract. So that could Jonathan Brooks Dynasty owners not happy when they saw Chuba Hubbard getting that extension.
Hey,
absolutely.
He's becoming every week starter for me, and I'm thankful for it.
Yeah. So yeah, he
very
is
good.
Yeah, and when you talk about fantasy MVPs, I mean, when we talk about it, he's got to be because you didn't draft Chuba Hubbard to be your starter. You drafted him later in the league as like an insurance.
Somebody throw in bye weeks.
Exact bye weeks or bye weeks. I mean, not or injuries. And then he's done so good that now he's just a staple in your offense, staple in your offense. Just because other people that you drafted earlier going in the flex position because Chuba's just a guy that you sit it and just enjoy the production because and what's crazy is Lacey, you're right. It's a bad team, but they don't care. They're still giving them the ball.
They're giving them the ball,
and because he's producing.
Like Tyrone Tracy.
Oh yeah.
He's on my bench.
He's getting the point. I mean, he's racking up points. They may not be winning because I'm also a Giants fan. New York is like we'll take all of it.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, in my home league, I literally have Tyrone Tracy, and I was going against Chuba Hubbard. So we had the London guys going against each other, But what happened? If people didn't watch the game, Tyrone Tracy fumbled the ball in overtime. And Carolina won. That's exactly what happened. They won the toss. They accepted the ball. Tracy fumbled the ball on the very first play in overtime, and then Carolina kicked the field goal. That was heartbreaking for a guy that's been doing so good. Because you're right, Tyrone Tracy's been phenomenal. But a lot of people about Tyrone Tracy is he actually got hurt in preseason. He actually had to go to the hospital. They thought it was a serious, life-threatening injury. And then everything checked out, and he was back, and now he's the starter. I don't know if that fumble is going to linger over into the game, but yeah,
Giants don't have anything else going on, so
yeah. Well,
they'll have him out there.
Yeah, I know the coach, he is a Devin Singletary fan. He did bring, because he coached Devin Singletary when Devin Singletary was in Buffalo. So Dayball has a relationship with Singletary. That's why he brought him to the Giants. But you're right. Singletary's not showing the explosiveness that Tyrone Tracy is. So, a lot of times you want the most explosive person out there.
Do we have another LT versus Carter's Peanuts matchup before the season ends?
Let's see.
LT, do you have Carter's Peanuts on your schedule down the stretch?
Let's look. Let's see.
Week 11.
I'm going to standings. I'll go to.
No.
You don't play them again? Okay.
No,
I was hoping for another copier bowl.
I played in Calculator week 12, and then I play you in week 13.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Carter's Peanuts was his fourth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, what a stretch there.
Heavy hitters there, LT.
Yep, gotta get in the playoffs.
But at least you have all you guys.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about the bye week. And you get me, who's having a streak of 6 straight games where a guy gets hurt during the game. So that's always helpful if you have that happen to you. So, but yeah. So, but that's the and then this upcoming week, I get Carter's Peanuts this week.
Ooh, okay.
And it's a first versus second place team, Mr. 4-1. You get the Fight Squad.
Oh man!
And and LT gets Curtis.
Carter's Peanuts is hanging in there with you.
Yeah, Carter's Peanuts. Yeah, that's crazy. I played the first place team 2 weeks ago. I played the second place team last week, and now I played the third place team this week. So, but hey, I like my chances against anybody if I don't have an injury during the game.
Yeah,
I can get out of that.
You got that first place schedule, man. You don't have that NFL last place schedule this year. You got the first place schedule, man.
Hey, that's all right. You make the championship. 3 years in a row. You're gonna, you're gonna have stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, Mr. 4-1, without further ado, we need to get to Lacey's favorite chat. But hey, before we do, I will go over the results from last week. I highlighted McCaffrey.
Whoever had Jamar Chase.
That was me.
Okay.
And Lamar Jackson. So I almost had 100 points. I almost had 100 points after Thursday's game. So I was, but hey, Lacey, you came in strong. You came in with Jalen Hurts and Bijan Robinson. Garrett Wilson hurt you, and the Kyle Pitts hurt you. So, but hey, folks that listen to this, did you know on the mini draft, me and Lacey had 4 of the top 5 scorers in all of fantasy.
Wow.
In our score league. Yes, the top scorers was Lamar Chase, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and Bijan Robinson. Those were the top 4 out of 5 scores. The other guy was Joe Burrow, was in that group he was number 3. So I'm sorry, he was number 4 because
Did anybody have Joe Burrow?
Not in the mini draft, no.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Me and we're rolling along in the mini draft, folks. So we're trying to give you that daily fantasy goodness. But now we're going to the Wheel of Names. I think Lacey, we got a new picture on the Wheel of Names this weekend, and who is that on the new picture of the Wheel?
Look at that! Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, it's like we had a new picture I found from the archives. So hey, don't let her fool you with her pretty hair this week. So yeah, I found in the archives. I said, yeah.
I'm about to have a back road in about 10 minutes.
I got you.
Don't go to Florida, man. It's so humid down here.
So, okay, without that, we will spin the wheel.
Maybe my picture will help.
It's coming close, Lacey. It's coming. You got it, Lacey. The new picture.
Wow.
It's Lacey. And see, Lacey was always complaining about her. So
that was the key.
What's that?
That was the key. All right.
That was, just picture.
Put your names on there.
She was complaining about not getting first pick, so we changed the picture, and Lacey gets first pick. You gotta love it, folks. That's what we do on this show. All right, let's see who gets 2. Is it Rhodes? Is Rhodes going to get? No, it's past him. Oh, this could be you, Mr. 411.
Now I got to
study. I don't want number 2.
I do not like I don't think the number 2's ever won. It's been the 3. The 3 has been the hot goodness this year. 3. I think we have more wins from the 3 spot than any spot so far this year.
Let's see.
Looks like LT get it. All right, LT. Hey, you got a lot to live up to. You got to keep that number 3 spot rolling.
And calculate. I guess you got number 4.
I got number 4. Hey. Oh yeah. All right. So with that, we got the thing. So Lacey, you have the number 1 pick. You have anybody you can want.
I can have anybody I want.
Anybody you want.
You can have whatever you like.
That's it.
You didn't waste no time, did you?
No.
What'd she say?
Jalen Hurts.
So, hey, it ain't broke, don't fix, right? Exactly. I mean, he has been a top 2 scorer quarterbacks in the past ever since he came off the bye week. So that's she's going for the points on that one. Hey, LT is back. LT, who are you liking?
We know Josh Allen.
Oh, this is my pick, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to give him. So, well, hold on. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I got my columns mixed up. So, yes, it is. I had put Jalen Hurts on the 411. That's why I said that. So, yes, 411. It is your pick.
I'm probably a week behind on this, but I'm gonna go with Jamar Chase anyway.
Hey,
I mean, he's not a bad pick, no matter what.
So literally, you're going to chase the points.
Hey, that's Mr. 411's like, hey, Mr. 411, you trained him well. You trained him well from the Mr. 411 tree. I like it.
Oh no, it's rubbing off.
Oh no, Lacey can take it. And as you see, I do have these bye weeks. I didn't mention the bye weeks. Arizona on a bye, Carolina on a bye, Giants on a bye, and Tampa Bay. Yeah. So no Kyler Murray this week for those Kyler Murray owners. And no Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
No Chuba Hubbard. No Chuba Hubbard.
No Chuba.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right, LT.
There's your bye weeks.
Yep.
Oh, we got a lot.
Yeah.
12. Look at that.
12 and 14. That's by popular.
Those are ugly.
Oh man.
Mine was this way. Right? Yeah. Mine was 10.
Well, that's what happens when you draft 4 Seattle Seahawks, LT. You know.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with a quarterback. Let me get Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay. I almost just wrote it down. I'm
proud of you, Curly.
I'm proud of you as well. That's impressive restraint.
Yeah.
Off of your part.
Hey, Lamar Jackson's having a great season.
He's having an MVP season.
Oh yeah,
man, he is really having a great season. He's really mastered, balancing, having the great passing days, rushing days. It's like he's just managing the team well this year. And I think the addition of Derrick Henry in that backfield with him, I think that was a match made in heaven, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Pittsburgh.
Well, with that, I'm not. Even though I do want them, I'm not going to take them because that Kansas City matchup is brutal. So I don't want any part of that. So I'm gonna go with. Let me see. Hey man, Atlanta's got a tough matchup as well. So
who they playing?
Atlanta is Hey, I'm gonna go.
Jacksonville.
I saw that. I like Detroit's matchup, so I'm going to take Amon St. Brown.
Shots fired!
Ooh, what a LT guy!
I know he wasn't going to last the LT double pick.
No, he wasn't.
So that's why I had to shoot my shot with that.
You shot your wad there.
Yeah. Hey, that's right. I ain't taking chances. And I'm going to shoot another wide because I know he's going to get him. McCaffrey. I know he ain't going to last past.
That's who you were going to take. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not taking any chances because when LT get 2 picks before I do, I know Amon's not coming back. and I know McCaffrey's not coming
LT
back.
is hurt. I'm sorry, Curly.
Hey, St. Brown has scored a touchdown 6 weeks in a row.
That is
and
that's impressive.
He's playing Jacksonville this week indoors.
Absolutely.
Indoors. I mean, that's about as smash as you get. So,
well, there's always another way to play it. Since it's my pick again, let's go with the stack. Give me Derrick Henry.
Oh. He said if there's points scored, which Baltimore usually does, it comes from one of those two. And then, we've saw more than twice. Derrick Henry has scored on screen passes. So if you can hit that double up, that's nice. So LT said, I ain't taking chances. I'm taking the highest scoring offense, and I'm getting pieces of both of it. So I like from both sides. I like it, LT. I like that strategy.
Yeah.
I might have
to players.
That in my own mini draft.
Yeah, 2 excellent players there, man.
I'm Mr. 4-1.
It's a decent.
What a daily fantasy team. Yeah. All right. Well, with the second round pick for Team 411. Team 411 selects Kittle, tight end.
Okay.
San Francisco. He should destroy Seattle as he usually does.
He has been a Seahawk killer in the past. You are correct.
He is, yeah.
Coming from a Seahawk fan.
Yeah. All right, Lacey, you get back to back.
I do?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I already have a quarterback. So I need receiver. Do I go for the stack here? Actually, I'm going to go outside of what I would normally do. And I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt.
Oh, okay. Hey, great matchup. Buffaloes. Hey, Jonathan Taylor had 100 yards before halftime against the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So, hey, I love that pick. Like I said,
Buffalo is a thing. So.
That's right. If I wasn't picking McCaffrey, Hunt was going to be one of my late round picks.
Oh, you said, and I have the back to back.
Yes, you have you either a wide receiver or a tight end.
Okay, well then I'm going to go with Mr. Kelsey.
I knew it. Yeah. All right, Mr.
Game, yeah.
Oh yeah, well he wasn't getting past me, so that's good pick.
Oh, is Matt to me already?
Yep. Quarterback or running back.
All right, let's see what we're gonna do here.
I really did want to go with Saquon, but after last week, I'm like,
Okay, I think we made a decision here.
Not the draft.
The ESPN bill.
Team 411 selects Kyron Williams, Los Angeles Rams.
Who?
Kyron Williams.
Okay. Running back. Okay.
LT, you need a wide receiver and a tight end.
And a wide receiver. So I'm going to go ahead and take, since you took St. Brown, I'm going to go ahead and take A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Oh.
A.J. Brown.
Okay.
He's playing against Washington.
Mm-hmm. That's usually a good thing.
Yeah. And I'm taking Bowers at tight end.
Oh, thank God I get him back this week.
And my quarterback, I had a feeling I thought 411 would have picked him, but hey, Josh Allen, I think there's a clear right. I didn't like the Kansas City matchup, but Josh Allen in our scoring format, if he runs the ball, that's extra points. So I got to get me a runner. It was either him or Jaden Daniels. So I'm going with Josh Allen on that one. All right, LT, you need a tight end to round out your roster.
Well, I don't think Mark Andrews is going to get 3 touchdowns again.
So
I'm probably going to take David Njoku.
Njoku.
Oh, welcome back from the bye week. Njoku.
Yeah, New Orleans, yeah.
Okay. Now, Mr. 4-1, you need a quarterback.
Uh-oh.
the suspenseful music.
I know
I'm gonna shoot him.
He gets frozen.
Don't come to my house, Mr. 411. I will shoot you. But it won't even be an accident.
Oh.
All right, Team 411 selects Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing how his stats have shot back up
now Mr.
since we got McCaffrey back.
You're picking teams going against your team. You got the stat going against your favorite team.
Absolutely.
They call that a hedge bet in the business.
Yeah, they call reality check.
Yeah, I hear you.
Every time I just can't. I get tired of wishing that Seattle can beat San Francisco, and it just doesn't happen.
I got you.
So if I'm going to lose to them, I might as well get something out of it.
There you go. Get a mini draft victory, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, Lacey, you gotta get a wide receiver with your last pick.
My last pick. Okay. I'm torn between two of them, and I'm going to go with the one. Stop it. I love me some Debo, but this time I'm going to go with, because he didn't do jack shit last week, Justin Jefferson.
Oh yeah, he hardly ever has to. Nice. You think he might be a squeaky wheel?
I feel like he's gonna be like, you better give me the ball or else.
But like I said, in the news and notes section, it wasn't for lack of trying. Darnold threw to him 3 times in the end zone. It's just all 3 of them were intercepted. So. So he's like, so yeah, but they weren't.
Well, they weren't going to see this week. I don't feel like they're that kind of threat, but we'll see.
Well, we didn't think Jacksonville was that kind of threat either, So.
Well, I mean, Jacksonville, their defense isn't terrible. They generally are in low-scoring games.
So, well, they're more of a what they call that the pass funnel defense. So, and what a pass funnel defense is, they funnel it to a number 1 receiver. So that's why Justin Jefferson was such a smash, and that's why I think I'm on St. Brown, because he's a perfect type of receiver against a pass funnel defense. Yeah. But hey, Justin Jefferson, he's only set the record for most receiving yards, passing Torrey Holt, mind you, for most receiving yards in the first 5 seasons of a career.
It is a blast from the past. But
and what's crazy is he did this missing most of last season, so that's what's even crazier, that has that stat even though he's missed some time. So yeah, the man hardly ever takes time off. So
fair, calculated like this year, I have tried to take my emotions out of my picks and just pick based on what I feel like are the strengths and weaknesses of the people who are playing, and not just the guys I like.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
It does. Well, hey, Lacey, I ain't going to lie. You see a lot of Lacey wins here, so I'm not. Yeah. I'm not saying anything. So,
and you need to take the E out of my Lacey.
Oh, that was a copy over from 2 years ago. So I apologize. You corrected me to 2 years ago. So
we still,
yeah. So yes,
calculated. We got enough money in the budget now that you can make.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. So okay, I will. Trust me, it will be corrected by the next.
2 years ago, we didn't have enough money to fix.
Yeah. No, I didn't have. We didn't have the spell check function.
Yeah.
Afforded, huh?
Yeah. We got a couple pennies now, so we can make that change.
Yeah. So just to review, Lacey, you got Jalen Hurts, Kareem Hunt. I love the matchup, Kareem Hunt, Justin Jefferson, Kelsey. Kareem Hunt, I will tell people now and then, I think he will fall to me in quite a few mini drafts. That's why I participate in this draft, to give me ideas for my mini drafts on Underdog. 401. Doing the Purdy Kittle stack, the always nuclear, anytime can melt down, and Jamar Chase and Kyron Williams. He's about as steady as they get. He just has to. Now the problem is he is playing tonight, so hopefully he don't get injured, Mr. Foreman.
Oh man,
that would be a hurtful way to do it. But LT, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry says he's going with the high scoring offense. I'm getting some of that. AJ Brown can always blow up anytime, and Njoku, Mr. Consistency. And I'm going with Josh Allen. I don't like the matchup with Kansas City, but he's at home and they need to win. McCaffrey, welcome back. Yes, I think he'll get more and more work against 411.
I would have taken
Seattle
him
Seahawks.
here falling to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I said he wasn't making it back to me. So it's one of the. I was at the situation where I had to get my guys because I know they weren't coming back to me. And I'm on St. Brown again. I already said it at the hot. He will be my most targeted daily fantasy player for the type of defense he's going to go up against this weekend. And Bowers going with him just because he's the best player, not just best receiver, best player, offensive player on the Las Vegas Raiders team. So, but yeah, that's our good luck, everyone. As always.
I really like the fact that you like my whole fantasy team.
It is, yeah. I did. Josh Allen, Bowers. Oh my gosh. Well, see, that's why sometimes I got to know your tendency. That's what you do in regular drafts. You got to know people's tendencies because one time I almost did it last year. I almost just took Tyler Lockett out of spite just to kind of snipe LT. But I said, I'm not going to do that to my boy, because I didn't like him that much at that pick. So I let, LT has had Tyrone Lockett since he's came into the league, folks. Mm-hmm. I'm not lying. The man gets his guy. Yeah.
He is consistent.
Yeah.
Lockett needs to send you a jersey or something.
He does. Yes, he does.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The LT
for all the love.
It's LT or TL.
No, LT. Eric.
Look, there you go, little TLC. Oh man, what an episode, y'all! That was fun. Mini draft is always fun. And like you said, it helps everybody with their daily fantasy as well.
Daily fantasy, like I said, it's this segment is crucial. If you play Underdog Fantasy or FanDuel or DraftKings, their draft segment, their mini drafts, because they have mini drafts on all the daily sites. And this is, like I said, I started taking Lacey's advice. She won 2 weeks in a row. Like, okay, let me see what Lacey's saying too, and incorporate that with my own strategies. And
ideas with each other. I love it.
I don't like to brag or bring attention to myself, but I have won the last 3 daily fantasy leagues on Underdog. So I credit a lot of that to this segment right here.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, my phone.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you had something to say that. Oh, by the way, Lacey, nice hair. Nice hair there, Lacey.
Is Monday gonna be our regular day now? Not Tuesday.
Correct. We talked to the production team, and with with our wonderful host, doing his high school basketball thing. It's just a lot easier for us to be able to get together on a set day, figure out a time and knock it out.
Okay, so. With that being said, if we're going to do Mondays, we're always going to have a Monday night game coming up. So maybe starting next week, we can start saying, okay, let's make our predictions just for the Monday night game, whoever it is.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do that then. Yeah. Let's do that.
I like that. And we could do who we think is going to be the fantasy star of that.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. Hey, that's going to be on the new segment. Hey, make sure the producers get that in writing, Mr. 411.
Yeah.
Monday night fantasy.
Lacey, make sure you send that request to the production team so we can
I know the drill. Otherwise,
okay.
I'll never hear from them again. Yeah,
that's right.
All right. Make sure they get that information and send the bill too.
Yeah, I'm gonna like the Mondays. So
okay.
All right. Good. All right. Well,
currently Miami's up 10-0.
Whoa, Mr. 411 LT, I've DVR'd the game. I should have come on the show to say that, Mr. 411. I got a blank screen in front of me. Now I'm going to DVR. I'll fast forward to this part.
Just fast forward to second quarter, whatever.
No, you'll watch the whole game. You'll start from the beginning.
I got
all 3.5 hours.
You got to.
Watch every play.
You got to. And I watch it.
You going to skip? Are you going to skip the commercials?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the reasons I like to do. One of the reasons I like to start behind is I do like to skip the commercials. So,
all right, okay,
yep.
All right. Well,
sponsors that.
What's that?
Don't tell the sponsors that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we love commercials, Mr. 411. I watch all the commercials.
He was talking about commercials on that game.
Yeah,
not on here.
There we go. Good catch, Lacey.
Not PT with grit. Not Heavenly Spa Mobile.
I love Heavenly Spa.
Boston Academy.
Not the panty platter. Don't forget them.
Right, the panty platter. Lamont Thomas, Ashen Smoke Cigars. You know, we want to leave none of these people out, right? We're not going to leave them out, and not JD Lamps, right?
Yes.
We can't leave out JD Lamps, right? There you go. There's last year's trophy. And
next week, let's make sure we run the commercials first.
Okay.
That way
we're running for them. Okay, we're running for the first 10 minutes then. Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, now 10 minutes. People might not be able to continue watching the show. They won't watch it live. They'll watch it later, and they can skip the sponsor statement.
Right. We can't forget about Cater Food by Cater Food by Angelica, Heavenly Spa Mobile, GG Events. You know, so we got a lot of people here that we gotta, that we make sure we give our shouts out to. Okay. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Don't forget the School of Orthodontics and Assistant out of Peachtree City in Noonan, Georgia. You know, but yeah, we got a lot of them out here. All right, so yeah, we'll get back together next week, y'all. Any closing remarks before we roll out?
We all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just enjoy the research. I know LT probably already has his waiver wire picks in. Remember, Lacey? He did them lunchtime on Mondays, coming in with a mix about. I got my waiver picks in.
Yeah.
I missed that. That was
the priority order and everything.
That's right. That was Monday afternoon, folks. Not Tuesday before. I mean, that was Monday afternoon. Right. LT was working the waiver wire.
Yes.
Yeah. That's LT. Yep. LT gets it done. So you know. All right, he survived his bipocalypse, so he's on the roll now.
Oh yeah, that's why he's got that smile on his face. He knows he's going to be forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
we're going to beat the Seahawks.
Right, and guess what, y'all?
Football.
Hey, make sure everybody hits the like button. Everybody hits the share, because sharing is caring. Okay. Right, hit the notification bell, so you never know when we on. Mm-hmm. Right, so you want to be there when we pop up. So do all those things for us. We thank everybody for tuning in. So for Lacey Dawson, for LT, for the calculator, I'm Mr. 401. Everybody have a great night. Yeah. We'll catch you later.
Oh, Mr. 401, can I say one more thing?
Happy.
Veterans Day. Happy
Veterans we got to throw that in there.
That's please right. I apologize. We didn't. It was veteran because like I said, I got so crossed up in moving this to a Monday. Yes, happy Veterans Day. Yeah, sorry about that.
There you go.
Thank you guys for your service. We appreciate you.
And
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. We'll make sure that. Yeah, thank y'all for reminding me as well. And guess what? He's a veteran too.
That's right.
So, he's a veteran too.
I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
So for Mr. 401 Senior, the veteran.
Tell your dad hi.
Yeah, I will. I'll make sure. All right, and so thank y'all, man. Have a great day.
I'll cut him, I swear.
So, all right. Well, we out of here, y'all. Have a good one.
Ciao.